Howdy ho there, Kyle. How's everybody doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm having a pretty decent day. I mean, I'm not going to complain about it. What good would it do if I did? I guess I'm here to talk to you all about why my channel is the way it is and why I don't really plan on changing it anytime soon. And what I mean by that is, first off, I want to say, in all honesty, I totally I have the utmost respect for people who have stuck with me through the years. I have had so many different changes of opinion and ideas about life, liberty, happiness, socialism, communism, capitalism, political leaders, the way I feel about religion. And I feel like I've come to a point in my life now where it's hard to find anything to talk about on YouTube. Now that might sound weird at first because obviously there are a million stories out there, but most people who watch my channel know I'm not the story searching kind of guy. I don't go hunt out and tell you ghost stories or tell you about osmium or some sort of, metallurgy. I do have a carpentry channel. It's separate from this one. It's called CarpoCraft if you're not subscribed. But I don't upload that often on there. It's usually the tiny houses I'm building, my guitar, my luthier business, which I've been working on, learning how to build guitars, and I feel awkward sharing my progress on even that because it's just me showing off the things that I've done to the world. Now, this is normal to people. This is what people do now. Like, hey, look at my art. Look at what I've done. Look at what I've built. And they put it on the internet. I feel like it's just, almost hubris, arrogance. It's like when I post my own songs, I feel stupid about it. Now, I know this is imposter syndrome. I understand the psychology behind it. That, it's hard for me to buy into how society works. But it's more complicated than just the imposter syndrome thing or thinking, oh, I'm not worthy. It's also because I really don't respect the way that a lot of people make their money. For example, the world of influencers. The fact that that word exists, it just chaps my hide to no end. It's not because I don't want people to be wealthy or do well for themselves. It's because influencing means that your job is to, because of your fame, influence people to buy certain things or go to certain events because you think that they're good for the other people that you've never met in your life. In other words, they're looking at you for advice and you're giving them shitty advice. Influencers are the garbage of society. I just want to put this out there right now. Influencers will be referred to as, kind of the garbage of the early 21st century. And it's already becoming that way. It's something that's bothered me, and I'm glad that other people have realized this too. It doesn't matter. Even the original Hollywood, basically actors were the original influencers. I don't care if Arnold Schwarzenegger has a certain type of fucking car insurance. I don't care if Kim Kardashian, goes to a certain place to eat her dinner. The fact that this exists, and this is kind of a side tangent, the fact that people see these commercials and these ads and really believe, wow, I can be like this celebrity by buying this car or this stupid Gucci bag or something Prada shoes that cost thousands of dollars. It's moronic. It's like really the lowest dregs of society when you're buying to impress other people with how much money you have, not how well you actually dress or your creativity or artistic style, but when you just rely on your fame and wealth to come across to other people, it's just, I don't know, it's just pathetic. So, side tangent over. The reason that relates is because I'm still making YouTube videos the way I did years ago. I've watched when people used to put in original content and talk about what they actually felt in their fucking hearts. Do you remember that? When people actually gave a shit and just said, this is how I feel, without editing out things that might be controversial. Ooh, maybe you said something about racism. Uh-oh, don't throw that word in. Oh, I'm going to get demonetized. Oh no, I better not say this or that. And it's self-censorship to such an extreme that I didn't want to buy into it. So I've always had my channel kind of on the margins of YouTube. But it's more than just that. It's not just the reason they don't want to talk about it. It's a controversy of people feeling personally attacked and also, just for having their own opinions, which is a feature of the last, say, 5 years. This did not happen when I was a kid. You didn't get attacked and put down and put in the fucking literal, I guess, metaphorical stockade these days, which is another topic I'm going to talk about, which is coming up here in this video, which is about the modern stockades, and I guess I should just get into that now. The stockades were those things, for you, those of you who don't know, which could have a neck and two arm holes where they would lock you in a wooden thing, and you would basically be publicly shamed. This was often done to thieves. They did strange things, like some guy stole pants, so he was forced to wear pants over his head. This was actually, brought into the modern day. There was a woman who had to hold a sign on the corner for a day that said, "I drove on the sidewalk around a school bus because I am more important than other people," or something like that. And she had to hold it all day on this corner where she drove around a school bus. And it's hilarious to me that these things exist, and the fact that that's hilarious to me means that I support it, that I do support and understand public shaming. But what's happened now is that the people don't have to confront people eye to eye and have a conversation with them. They hear somebody said something on Twitter. What do? They flood in there to their Twitter account. Maybe it's a person they've never heard of, and they just bombard them with hateful comments. People are angry. People are hostile. They want to take it out on the enemy, the bad guy. You're a racist. You're a homophobe. You're a transphobe. Or no, you're just a dumb liberal, libtard, and you're destroying this country, and you're a Biden supporter. No, you're a Trump supporter, and it goes back and forth, and it's like, dude, shut the fuck up and grow up, for a minute. Look at each other in the eye. But you can't. You can't because you're online. Which brings me back to my channel. I'm looking at you in your eyes, even though I can't see your eyes. The fact that I do this is because I feel like it's so much more important to be able to connect with an audience. And what I've seen as a shift in YouTube has been more towards, don't talk about this or that, just talk about this, and make sure that it's appropriate, make sure that it goes by the guidelines. Some of my videos, you'll notice that I monetize. Maybe I talk about something spiritual or something that's interesting. I'll choose to monetize those videos because I can. I could monetize all my videos if I talked about stuff that was appropriate. But when I don't monetize it. I don't bother, which is like probably a majority of my videos I don't even bother. Because I know that they won't approve it. And by having non-monetizable videos, it means that I get pushed to the bottom of the algorithm. And I'm okay with that because, like I said, I just want to make a connection with my audience. And I guess that's why I can have my complaints about the influencer culture and this whole bullshit about people kind of idolizing YouTubers. If you idolize me, don't. I'm not saying anyone does, but man, I'm just a human being, right? There are people who think that when they see somebody online or on TV, they have shit figured out. People don't. I still feel awkward every time I step up to the camera. I'm going to tell you at least 2 out of 3 times that I sit in front of this camera, I don't even push record. I just can't. I feel stupid. I'm like, nah, I probably had a couple too many beers. I'll sound stupid. Or maybe I didn't have enough beer. I won't sound intelligent enough, or I won't be able to speak my true mind. There's a balance with talking with an audience that I don't think people really appreciate. And the reason I don't edit is because I have to be in my tip-top mental shape to make a video. And that might not always be totally sober. I'll be honest. But most of the time I have my wits with me and I say things that I mean. And I've noticed a huge shift to people just making videos where they speak in a microphone with a script that is perfectly edited to make sure that there's no influence or no offense or anything. And then they just put stock videos and photos to the whole thing. This is the only thing I'm going to say about stock videos and photos. This whole Shutterstock crap. I could have said that I'm just too old, I don't get it. No, I really think that a true artist or creator, using these stock photos, if you're going to do it, and use these stock videos, don't talk about a specific type of doctor and then just show some random doctor smiling in a hospital. These fake ass, crappy they're really well done videos that people buy access to, and they can put them in the videos. I'm sure most of you already know what they are, but anytime you see a video where it's just somebody talking with just various videos, short little clips of what they're talking about, they're usually, you pay a certain service amount a month and then you get access to these generic videos. I want to say that anytime I've made a video where I've talked about nature or hiking or things like that, and I do that type of format, which is pretty rare, the videos I use are always my own. The pictures I use are almost always my own. And except for like thumbnails, sometimes I'll just throw something in there funny. But that's another thing, clickbait thumbnails. And I guess without sounding like an asshole for just talking shit about other YouTubers and versions of information, I don't think that I have anything better to offer. And that's partly why I just get feel like I shouldn't even make videos anymore. I'm like, why do I even talk? There are so many millions of people out there talking about the same shit every day. Why do people want to hear what I have to say? But y'all keep me motivated and grounded, because I always have at least one or two comments that's like, hey man, it helps me that you talk about certain topics. I love it when I get a comment like, oh, I might not agree with everything you say, no offense, but I like your channel. I'm like, dude, if you agreed with everything I say, you'd be a fool, because that would mean that you're not thinking for yourself, because I say a lot of weird shit. I don't even know half the shit that I believe in life. It's constantly shifting. I mean, I say what I mean on here, but when I talk about spirituality or politics, dude, I'm constantly shifting the spectrum all the time, figuring out where I sit, where I stand, how I feel about the issues. And I think we all are. And being honest with that, expressing that to other people, I think is really the only reason I use YouTube. It's not about the money or the ads or any of that crap. It's just about being able to share how I feel, knowing that other people not agree, but understand. Because I think we need to understand each other better. I'm not about being right. Now, I've had this misconception that people think I always want to be right. I don't give a damn, because who am I right to? If I wanted to be delusional, that could be a good word. Delusional, I could be tell myself I am right, but I don't, because I'm not always right. That's that thing about learning. We're always in flux. We're always transitioning into a new way of thinking, if we allow it to be. So, I guess maybe that's the end of my ramble here. I'm not sure what else I could add to it. I just wanted to say, first off, thanks to my subscribers. I did this without a net, without notes. I don't really know what I was going to talk about, except that I just wanted to make that connection with people to say, I still don't know why I do this, but I keep doing it, and I'm glad I do, because some of y'all are pretty fun to talk to, and I've learned a lot about myself and other people. And it has not gone to my head. If anything, it's gone the opposite direction, because in the last couple of years I've felt weirder about making videos. But I'll keep doing it, because once in a while I feel inspired. So, peace out. Talk to you next time.